How's it going? Miss you, and I'm happy to have this time with you today. This is a recorder lesson, so if you don't have your recorder yet, pause the video and go find it. And then come back and take a minute with the video paused and warm up, okay? Whatever you need to do to warm up on your recorder to get comfortable with it again, pause and do that. Okay? So, today's lesson, we're only going to do 2 songs together. There is a lot more music for you to practice and really let this stuff sink in, but we're only going to do 2 songs together today because we are introducing 2 new rhythms. So, they are very closely related to what we did last week, so we're going to do a quick review of that. Last week we looked at ticka-ticka. And these are 16th notes. Ticka-ticka is how we count them out loud when we're counting music for ourselves. And with ticka-ticka, we can see that they're 16th notes because 16th notes have 2 flags and a filled-in bulb at the end of the stem. 8th notes, remember, only have 1 flag. So half of an 8th note is a 16th note. It gets another flag to tell us that that's what's happening. And then when you bar them together, when you tie them all together, you straighten out the flags and you have bars instead. But 16th notes, ticka-ticka, they have 2 bars. So 4 16th notes is 1 beat. 1 beat. This is all review, so if this is a little bit much for you, you can always go back and watch last week's video. But this is 1 beat, and it counts the same in time as 2 8th notes or a ta. All right, so this is all the same counting. We have ti-ti, ticka-ticka-ta, ti-ti, ticka-ticka-ta. Okay, so that's our 16th review, really quickly. The first rhythm that we're going to look at today is very closely related to ticka-ticka. So we're going to start off with these 4 16th notes, ticka-ticka, in a row. And the rhythm that we're looking at today is this one on the bottom, right here. Ti-ticka, ti-ticka. And this is an 8th note and 2 16th notes. I've written them up here broken off from each other so that you can kind of see that a little bit better. This is just what it looks like when they're all tied together. But it's 1 8th note and 2 16ths. Ti-ticka, ti-ticka. So you can think of this, if you want to, as keeping in line with our ticka-ticka from last week. And you can think of this as just 2 16th notes fusing together to make an 8th note, and these guys just dropping down. Does that make sense? Okay, let me know if you have any questions. But that's why we count this T, because we count 8th notes T, right? And ticka is 16ths. A lot of the time when we're counting, the temptation is to always count things in pairs. So this is going to be our challenge today, is seeing an 8th note and saying T and then not saying T for the 16th notes. Ti-ticka, ti-ticka. All right, so let's get into the music. This will become more clear. Please pull up your, or if you printed it out, get out your Ti-ticka sheet. It's the one that has Deedle Deedle Dumpling at the top, and that's actually the song that we're going to be using today, the very top one. So, this starts on our E, which is me on the recorder. And this is how this song goes. Deedle deedle dumpling, my son John went to bed with his stockings on. 1 shoe off and 1 shoe on. Deedle deedle dumpling, my son John. Silly song about a silly kid. Even though it's John, it always kind of reminds me of my little brother instead, because he used to do that. He used to come in from baseball and he'd be so exhausted that he would just throw himself down on the couch and fall asleep immediately. My mom would come in, "Ew, Samuel!" your clothes are disgusting. Like, get off our couch, go shower. But yeah, doesn't take much. Okay, so let's look at this for playing on recorder. What's the first thing we do when we look at a new piece of music? We count it. So let's count this. I'm seeing ticka-tickas from last week. And then I'm always scanning when I'm starting a new rhythm. I scan to see where is that new rhythm going to pop up. So I'm scanning this music and I see it in the 1, 2, 3 in the third measure. Do you see that? Ti-ticka. All right, that's the only place I see it, so we're going to watch out for that. And let's count it together nice and slow. 1 and 2 and ready and count. Ticka-ticka-ti, ti, 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 ta. Ti, 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 ticka-ti, ti, ta. Ti, 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 ta. Ticka-ticka-ti, ti, 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 ta. Nice. All right, let's solfege it. Let's get our starting note, mi. A little bit slower since we're adding notes. 1 and 2 and ready and sing. Mi, 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 sol, sol, do, do, mi. Re, re, sol, 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 mi, do, do. Mi, mi, sol, sol, re, re, mi. Re, 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 sol, sol, mi, do, do. Awesome. Now we move on to fingering. Still singing our solfege syllables so that we remember. 1 and 2 and ready and sing. Mi, 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 sol, sol, do, do, mi. Re, re, sol, 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 mi, do, do. Mi, mi, sol, sol, do, do, mi. Re, 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 sol, sol, mi, do, do. Awesome. And now for the very best part, playing it. We're going to play it a little bit more slowly. We're going to play it like this. Bum, 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 ba. Ready? Start on our mi. 1 and 2 and ready and play. Awesome job, guys. Okay, for our next song and next rhythm, we're going to be looking at what's kind of the opposite of Ti-ticka. It is ticka-ti. And by now I'm sure you're getting used to this and you see that ticka-ti is just the same pattern but reversed with 16th notes coming first in the pattern. So we have our 4 16th notes, and the last two fuse, come down, and become an 8th note with 1 flag. Then we still have, try to make sure the glare, we still have 2 16th notes here, right? And then we bar them together, so they end up looking like this. As you can see, because an 8th note has a flag and 16th notes have a top flag, we have that bar going all the way across. We can do that because an 8th note also has a flag. But I need to add this bar here for these 16th notes. So they're all barred together, and when they're barred together, it's easy to read them and say that that is ticka-ti, ticka-ti. Remember, this all takes up just 1 beat, so this is still equal to a quarter note, a ta. Okay? Let's look at the music. Please pull up your ticka-ti sheet. It's the one that has Charlie over the river. on it. But we are going to be using the middle song on this sheet, Hogs in the Cornfield. So here's what this song sounds like. It starts on our low do. I'm just going to get a pitch before I sing it for you. Here's what this song is, okay? Hogs in the cornfield, cows in the clover, tell your sister Kate we're coming over. Okay? So this song, hogs in the cornfield, cows in the clover, tell your sister Kate we're coming over. This could be about a lot of things. A lot of these songs, these folk songs that we're using for recorder, have pretty traceable histories. We know where they came from, we know what they're about. This one actually doesn't. It's a pretty old song. It's probably at least 200 years old. And it could be about a lot of things. But one thing that it's almost definitely about is two neighboring farms, right? And farmers divide their land different ways. And if you are a crop farmer, a lot of the time it's obvious where the division lies. And you won't necessarily need to spend a lot of money putting up fences and things because it's obvious. These are my fields, this is my crops. You know, lots of the time trees are used instead of fences because trees are good for the land and they're a better investment in the long run for the land. But for cattle farming or for any kind of animal farm, you really do need fences, especially if you're going to be letting them graze in fields. So this song kind of sounds like it's about a broken fence between farms. Hogs in the cornfield, cows in the clover, tell your sister Kate we're coming over. Maybe it's other farmers from the farm where they're finding their neighbor's animals. They're bringing them back and maybe even wanting to help repair the fence. Just one idea. But that's kind of a little bit of what this song's about, even though we don't know exactly where it came from. Lots of people think it was an English song, actually. All right, so let's... one more time, I'm going to sing it for you, and then we'll move on to counting. Ready? Hogs in the cornfield, cows in the clover, tell your sister Kate we're coming over. All right, let's count it. Let's scan our music, and again, we're looking for our new rhythm. We're looking for ticka-ti. Ticka-ti. Okay, so as I'm reading this, what I'm seeing is the rhythm we just learned, Ti-ticka, coming first. So that is something that I want to take note of because when I'm playing this and counting it, I don't want that to trip me up. We have Ti-tickas and we have ticka-tis in this song. So we start off Ti-ticka, Ti-ticka, Ti-ticka. Ah, there it is. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Third measure in. 1, 2, 3. I see my ticka-ti, where the 16th notes come first. And that's it. Most of these are actually Ti-tickas, so we're going to have to keep our ticka-tis and our Ti-tickas straight for this song. All right. 1, oh, silly me. We're counting it first. 1 and 2 and count with me. Ti-ticka-ti, ti, ti-ticka-ti, ti, ti, ti-ticka-ti, ti, ticka-ti, ti. Good. Let's solfege it, which is what I've been wanting to do this whole time, apparently. I keep humming it. Nice and slow for this one. Do. 1 and 2 and ready and sing. Do, 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 mi, sol, la, sol, sol. Do, la, sol, mi, re, do, do. Good. All right. Please remember, you can always pause and rewind. I know we're going through a lot very quickly, but that's because it's a video, and you can take as much time with it as you need to, which is kind of neat with Recorder. All right, let's finger. We start on our low do. Remember, left hand on top. Low do, good. Same tempo, nice and slow. 1 and 2 and sing with me. Do, 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 mi, sol, la, 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 sol, sol. Do, la, sol, 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 mi, re, re, do, do. All right, ready to play? Best step. We're starting on our low do, so we're gonna blow nice and softly. Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready and play. Awesome! Good job. Do you want to do it one more time? Let's do it again right at that same tempo, okay? 1 and 2. Actually, before we start, make sure, because I know you can't see with my fingers, make sure that you are following the music with your eyes instead of watching my fingers to play. It's okay to watch if you want to watch the first time and then maybe rewind it and try it looking at your music. But I think with a video, it's very tempting to just copy fingers. And because with this one, with my fingers, you can't see whether or not I'm doing Ti-ticka or ticka-ti, right? Because my fingers are staying the same. It's my airflow that is giving me 16th notes and 8th notes on that same pitch. So especially with rhythms like this, it's very important that you be using your eyes and tracking with the music because you can't tell from fingers, all right? Just wanted to put that little PSA in there. Here we go. One more time. 1 and 2 and ready and play. Awesome job, you guys. Okay, like I said, we're only going to do those 2 songs because, as you can see in your packet, there's really a lot more music for you to be working on. Most of these songs are things that you have all of the tools to do. The exception to that would be Charlie Over the River, because it has a fa, some fas in it, and Mama, Buy Me a Shiny Doll. I would not recommend working on those if you don't have someone at home teaching you more about recorder than we've done in class. I know some of you have older siblings who can teach you the correct fingerings, but the note that's in those, fa, is one that we have not done yet, and the fingering is a little bit different than you might think. So heads up. But there's tons of music that you can be practicing. Please do, and let me know if you have any questions or you need any help with anything you're working on at home musically. Next week we are going to be taking a break from recorder, doing something completely different. And happy practicing. I miss you, and I can't wait to see you on Zoom soon. That'll be fun. Bye, guys.